On the eve of the American Revolution in 1775, the Cherokees were ensnared in an economic, political, and social quagmire. Cherokee leaders, desperate for economic relief, agreed to a large land scheme. In March 1775, land speculators from North Carolina sought to create a new colony based on Daniel Boone's forays into Kentucky to gain title to highly valuable Cherokee hunting grounds. Cherokee elders met the speculators in southwest Virginia at the Sycamore Shoals of the Watauga River to hammer out a deal for 27,000 square miles of Cherokee land in exchange for a few blankets, knives, and gunpowder. Dragging Canoe, Singer 1738-1792, son of a conciliatory Cherokee elder and soon-to-be focus of the hardline resistance, instinctively knew the scheme would bring further destruction to his people. He leveled a stern warning of the coming days of destruction if more land deals were made with the encroaching colonists. He stomped the ground, saying, "Nations have melted like snowballs in the sun. We never thought the white man would come across the mountains, but he has, and has settled on Cherokee land. He will not leave us but a small spot to stand on. Should we not therefore run all risks and incur all consequences rather than submit to further laceration of our country?" This speech has also been attributed to Shawnee resistance leader Tecumseh, who may have served with Dragging Canoe as a young man. Young men prepared to fight and die rallied behind Dragging Canoe. Settlers at the Treaty of Sycamore Shoals had illegally built settlements such as Watauga, Nolichucky, and Horse Creek, and came hoping to have their illegal land grab legitimized. As Dragging Canoe put it, they wished to have their usurpation sanctioned by treaty. Dragging Canoe, son of diplomat Little Carpenter, who was at the helm of the talks, publicly rebuked the elders, including his father, for exchanging their hunting grounds for goods that would soon be worthless. Furthermore, the Cherokees felt hemmed in by the colonists' expanding illegal settlements. Dragging Canoe believed armed struggle was the only way to regain sovereignty over their homeland. Who were these people settled on Cherokee land? Many were from the British Isles and had come to America hoping to own land, which was impossible in England, Scotland, or Ireland. Beautiful, fertile land with no British authority was very inviting. But in 1763, the king had outlawed colonial settlement on land reserved for the Indians west of the boundary line. The Indian boundary was the line of demarcation along the Eastern Continental Divide and the Appalachian Mountains. The 1763 Royal Proclamation reinforced the line, which was made by blazing or stripping bark from trees. British agents had repeatedly told the Cherokees they were fully within their rights to drive off the squatters and seize their horses and cattle as a penalty for breaking English law. War propaganda. To advance the rebellion against King George, Southern rebels launched a powerful anti-British rumor campaign. The British Parliament, rebels claimed, planned to restore British authority in part by dispatching Cherokee war parties to attack rebels in the outlying settlements. John Stuart, the British Superintendent of Indian Affairs living in Charleston, SC, was accused of using his influence with the Cherokees to bring the rumored plan into effect. Charleston's revolutionaries, who called themselves the Liberty Boys, threatened his life, so Stuart fled. Alexander Cameron, Stuart's emissary, had by 1775 lived among the Cherokees for more than a decade. Cameron, a Highland Scot, was likewise accused of planning to lead Cherokee raids against his neighbors in South Carolina's backcountry. To defuse the perceived threat of Cameron's influence with the Cherokees, Charleston rebel William Henry Drayton dispatched an envoy to bribe Cameron into abandoning his loyalty to the king. After all, while drinking with friends in a tavern at 96, Cameron had heartily agreed that taxation without representation was unjust. But Cameron refused Drayton's overtures, so Drayton dispatched his henchmen to arrest or kill Cameron. With his Cherokee wife and 3 children, Cameron fled his 2,000-acre estate in South Carolina and found refuge in the Overhill towns, the Cherokee seat of diplomatic and military power. There, Cameron heard Dragging Canoe make passionate speeches in defense of liberty, dignity, and survival, the same sentiments expressed by those in rebellion against King George. Young warriors eager to regain sovereignty expressed their resolve to drive off the settlers. They vowed to spread incendiary devastation along the frontier, the very thing Cameron was being accused of instigating. In reality, Cameron opposed war and offered to dispatch appeals to the settlers, strongly suggesting they move. Dragging Canoe reluctantly agreed to Cameron's gestures of diplomacy.